Suddenly, Australia's trucking industry, it seems, is in crisis.
We are united with the mums and dads of Australia. We will not stand by and watch this deal done between Bill Shorten and the TWU destroy your livelihoods.
Rather than dealing with the closures and bankruptcies right now and the suicide rates in this industry, Malcolm Turnbull decided to turn it into politics.
The politics centre on the Road Safety Remuneration Tribunal established by the Gillard Labor government. It set the first ever minimum pay rates for contract truck drivers.
We're not going to stand for it. We're standing with these solid family businesses, defending them, defending their future, defending our future security, our economic prosperity as a nation, because it depends on them.
Mr Turnbull should sit down with the industry rather than playing politics with safety on our roads and the pay rates of low-paid owner-drivers.
But a large part of the trucking industry claims the new pay rate will send contract drivers to the wall, pricing them above their bigger corporate competitors. And the effect is already being felt.
Over the last 2 weeks, we've dropped, our fleet capacity's dropped by approximately 70%, and as a result, it would be 70% revenue loss.
At Melbourne's Metro Freight Lines, Daniel Cozzolino claims the ruling has raised owner-driver rates by a hefty 30%, leaving these rigs undriven in his yard.
All of these trailers that you'd see here would normally be operating on interstate work. The trailers are normally towed by owner drivers who are engaged by us on a permanent basis to perform the transport tasks for our clients.
But Brian Turpie from the Long Haul Drivers Association, himself an owner-driver, believes that big employers are running a self-interested scare campaign.
If there are 10,000 loads sitting on the floor of transport networks and hubs today, those 10,000 loads have to move. And the spare capacity in the major transport companies isn't there to move them loads without the owner-drivers. So my question would be to the owner-drivers who think that they'll be put out of work, where do they think 35,000 trucks and drivers are going to appear from overnight to take up that workload? They won't. This is a scare campaign aimed solely at stopping them from getting a rate increase that they have so long deserved to get.
Their rigs cost them upwards of $60,000, and yet they're lucky to take home $150 a week after expenses.
All my fellow brother truckers and you big wheel out of luggers, have you anything for yourself to say?
4 decades ago, truckies blocked the Hume Highway, demanding better rates, the first of what's been a long line of protests. This weekend, truckies will again descend on Canberra, but this time they'll be campaigning against a minimum rate.
Does anybody see the irony in a group of contractors going to Canberra to campaign for less money? I don't get it.
Trucking Association believes it makes perfect sense. 30,000 owner-operators are fearful for their future.
I'm receiving disturbing reports across the country about social impact, owner-drivers concerned about mortgages, concerned about their family situation. We have had the odd call threatening suicide. This is really serious stuff that has a massive social impact on families throughout the country, and that's why the ATA believes it needs to be addressed now.
1 man is dead and 14 people have been injured.
The tribunal was established to end the horrific trucking accidents on our highways. The idea being better pay meant less need to break speed limits or pop pills. But industry believes the two issues shouldn't be linked.
The industry never supported the establishment of the tribunal from day one because it was set up on the false pretense that a remuneration rate would address safety issues at a certain level. It's simply not the case.
We end up working excessive hours. And when you work excessive hours, the fatigue that sets into your body is very, very dangerous. And what a lot of people don't seem to understand is that the road transport industry is unique in the fact that we share our workplace with the general community on the road. And so we are held to a higher standard.
Both the Long Haul Drivers Association and the union claimed that the link between safety and pay has been clearly established.
When you've got an industry with high insolvencies, when you've got an industry that is pushed to the brink, you've got an industry with high suicide rates, when you've got an industry 12 times the national average of any other industry of deaths, yes, things have to change. And they have to change to make sure that our roads are safer.
The tribunal's future now lies in the hands of the Senate crossbenchers, with Senators Madigan, Muir and Wong needed to join their colleagues for the government to delay the ruling or scrap the tribunal altogether, something Senators Madigan and Wong have signalled they're now inclined to do.
I don't need someone coming in and telling us what we need to make. We've been in business for a long time, and so have our contractor drivers, and we all want to keep working. So the urgency of this is critical. We're losing business, we're losing our clients day by day.